Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, your lovely faces, to a brand new video here on the channel. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at something which is absolutely beautiful to see. And I'm just going to put it up on the screen straight away. New York Marine and General Insurance Company versus Amber Heard. And one of the best things about it, they demand for jury trial, which is absolutely hysterical. So what we're going to do, we're going to look through all of this today for you lovely people. So this does how it starts off is basically saying that what they're doing and where they are, obviously jurisdiction and the venue, that they're in New York, obviously, and they go through the California codes because she resides there and everything else. Obviously, the parties, New York Marine is a corporate organization under the laws of New York. She's in California. Now it goes into the factual allegations. So, New York Marine issued insurance policy number this to named insureds under the Black Sky Inc. and Amber Heard for the policy period July 18th, 2018 to July 18th, 2019, with a per occurrence limit of liability of $1 million. And then it goes into say the premium address information that they have extracted them as, because they don't want people knowing them. And it goes on, the policy includes comprehensive personal liability coverage, part which provides coverage for damages because of bodily injury, property damage, or personal injury. The policy defines personal injury to mean injury other than bodily injury, arising out of one or more enumerated offences included in the policy, which includes oral or written publication of material that slanders or libels a person or organisation, including other forms of defamation. I think that is absolutely great, but it's funny to see that that's actually written in there. And oral or written publication of material, including other forms of defamation that violates a person's right to privacy. Now, the underlying lawsuit is where they go through regarding the Johnny Depp situation and the court case in Virginia. It goes through it about what's happened, but then it goes on October 1st, 2019. New York accepted her defense of the underlying action subject to reservation of rights. Specifically, New York advised her that New York Marine would provide a legal defense, but that to the extent California law does not permit an insurer to indemnify the insured, no indemnity can be provided. Now, at the time of this, she was a law firm, Cameron McAvoy PLLC, was defending her in the underlying action. When New York accepted the defense, New York Marine agreed to continue the defense of Heard through this law firm. Then, New York is informed and believes, and on such information and belief alleges, that Heard or her agents instructed other firms defending her in the underlying action to not include the actual law firm the insurers wanted to use. So, one thing about this is I absolutely love it, because this just shows she's like, oh, I don't want to use what they're giving me, even though they're the ones who are going to try and pay for everything. Or so we thought. So, going on, obviously, and then in November 2nd, 2022, so just over a month, Cameron McAvoy withdrew from the defense of Heard in the underlying action. The underlying action proceeded to trial beginning on April the 11th, 2022. On May 27th, 2020, now it goes through about literally the jury instructions, what they were given, the title, how much was going to go forward, all the points, did she do it with malice going forth? And obviously, as you can see, all of these going through it, that's exactly what it is. But then it goes down to, on June the 1st, which was one of the best days of this year, the jury in the underlying action returned a verdict in favour of Johnny Depp for count of defamation, based on all three statements. This verdict was incorporated into a judgment order which was entered by the court in the underlying action on June 24th, 2022, which we saw, and that was actually the last file they uploaded. A true and correct copy of the judgment order is attached here too as Exhibit D. Now, it does go on to say with the special verdict form, which we did see, it was made or published by her, did she do it with malice and everything else, and obviously, they answered yes to it all. The jury awarded Depp $10 million, and $5 million in other damages, but obviously the statutory cap is $350,000. Now it goes into the first cause of action. Declaratory relief as to plaintiff's duty to indemnify Heard for the judgment order under the policy. Now, plaintiff incorporates by reference all of the allegations of paragraphs 1 through 26 as though fully set forth herein. California Insurance Code provides an insurer is not liable for a loss caused by the willful act of the insured, but he is not exonerated by the negligence of the insured or of the insured's agents or others. This provision is an implied exclusionary clause which by statute is read into all insurance policies under California law. The jury's factual findings establish that Heard's liability is caused by her own willful acts. That's the one there that is just absolutely amazing. So, as a result, as a matter of California public policy and pursuant to California Insurance Code, the policy does not provide coverage for her liability as reflected in the judgment order entered on June 24th, 2022. An actual controversy has arisen and now exists between plaintiff on the one hand and Heard on the other hand, with regard to the duties and obligations owed between plaintiff and Heard under the policy with respect to the judgment order. Now, plaintiff contends that it has no duty to indemnify Heard for the judgment order entered on June 24th. Plaintiff is informed and believes, and on such information and belief alleges, that Heard disputes plaintiff's contention and asserts that the policy provides indemnity coverage for her for the judgment order. Now, due to the actual and present controversy described above, pursuant to 28 the Code, plaintiff requests a judicial declaration of the rights, duties, and obligations under the policy, determining that if said judgment order entered on June 24th becomes final on appeal or otherwise, plaintiff has no obligation to indemnify Heard for the judgment order. Second cause of action. Before we get into this one, we are going to have a little look at Andrea Burkhardt. If you're not following her on Twitter, go follow her. Andrea is absolutely amazing, and what she's written by here now, it does include some of the other parts of the document, which we will go through the document later on. This suit is by an insurer of her company, Under the Black Sky, on a $1 million policy. An interesting detail is Amber's team allegedly refused to work with the insurance company's lawyers, meaning this policy likely isn't the one that's been paying all her legal bills. We were wondering who was paying the legal bills because throughout the entire trial, there was a woman on the front bench of her team, you know, literally sitting behind her where Eve Fartler was, where Eve got kicked out of. And she actually works for the Travelers insurers. So, we just got by here. Confirmation from the Travelers versus New York Marine case filed last year that Travelers is who has been paying her legal bills. Okay, interesting. Then you have this one. Further confirmation from Travelers vs. New York Marine that as of April 2022, they had paid $5 million in Amber's legal fees. Not Amber. Which is absolutely hysterical, because with that there, if you think about it, Amber was saying that she couldn't pay the Children's Hospital Los Angeles and that she couldn't pay the ACLU because Johnny Depp was suing her. That's what she had to pay for instead. Well, that just shows that she hasn't paid any of her legal bills. So, where's the money gone? Amber, where is the money? We want to know. Because seeing this, it's just absolutely hysterical that she thinks she can get away with it. And all these lawsuits coming out now, ooh, not looking good for her. So, second cause of action. Declaratory relief as to plaintiff's duty to indemnify Heard for any judgment. Plaintiff incorporates by reference all the allegations of paragraphs 1 through 31 as though fully set forth herein. California Insurance Code provides an insurer is not liable for a loss caused by the willful act of the insured, but he is not exonerated by the negligence of the insured or of the insured's agents or others. This provision is an implied exclusionary clause, which by statute is read into all insurance policies under California law. And it says that she's not, policy does not provide coverage for his liability to Johnny Depp. More of the same thing by here, and then obviously due to the actual present controversy, is absolutely hysterical. I absolutely think it's absolutely amazing to see. And, there's a third case for it, defend Heard in the underlying one. And one of the best things regarding all of this, like I say, I have left the link below for you if you want to read this document for yourself. It's also on my Twitter, which you can see in the scrolling bar at the bottom. Is, as you can see by here, the fourth cause of action, Plaintiff incorporates by reference all the allegations of paragraph 1 through 40 as though fully set forth herein. The comprehensive personal liability coverage, part of the policy, provider under conditions, duties after loss. That HUD must help New York Marine by seeing that enumerated duties are performed, including helping New York Marine with the conduct of suits and attend hearings and trials. New York Marine is informed and believes on such information and belief alleges that after New York accepted her defense, HUD, both individually and through her agents, refused to help New York Marine with the conduct of the suit and instructed other defense firms representing her not to include defense counsel provided by New York in the ongoing defense of HUD in the underlying action. As you can see, they've literally like, oh, we're going to help you. This is what we want you to do. We want you to use, if you're using these, okay, we'll continue with these people. You can use these. But then they're like, yeah, just don't include them. Don't include them. Which is absolutely hysterical. Then obviously, now we're going to pray for relief. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests that this court enter a judgment declaring that plaintiff has no duty to indemnify her for the judgment order. Plaintiff has no duty to indemnify her for any liability. Plaintiff has no duty to defend her on an ongoing basis in the underlying action. So funny. And award New York Marine the costs and grant such further relief as this court deems just and proper. Then you've got the people who do it, and obviously jury demand going by New York Marine. So, with all of this, I think it's absolutely hysterical. And to be honest with you, with all this going on, with all these lawsuits coming towards her now, this is the reason why I think they're trying so hard to get jury number 15. Jury number 15, everything that's going on around that saying, it's not the right person, this person is wrong, it's this, it's that. That's why I think they're trying to get that now so much into it. Because obviously this is happening, this come out into the open now, and they're like, oh yeah, it was wrong, it was a wrong one, yeah, we should have won because juror 15 is wrong. Yeah, no. And another thing as well is, we wouldn't have even known if, say she did win. They wouldn't have brought it up. They would not have brought up juror 15 because they're like, oh no, we won, ha ha ha. So, it's just so funny to see what they're doing. But seeing that, that she's gone out there and literally the insurance company said, we'll use this law firm, and she's like, I don't want to use them, just don't include them. The people who are paying the bills, well, we found out not. But yeah, so she's being sued by the looks of it, ladies and gentlemen, for $5 million. Absolutely amazing. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.